Okay, here we go. 2003 Kawasaki Vulcan Mean Streak. Front bevel bearing gear.
Aiden, you want a plate? Anybody else?
Okay, most of your Kawasaki Vulcans have this problem. You lose your clutch when you let off the throttle. It makes a whining noise. When it has a load on it, as far as your throttle, it doesn't make the noise. First you need to pull off your chrome cover. Then you need to get your shocks off. Got to pull off your swing arm. Pull your drive shaft. There's a little pin in there holding your drive shaft in. If you're not mechanically inclined, I don't suggest doing this. You don't have to pull the motor out of the bike. Take your tank off. Take your seat off. So, upon inspection of the pre-filter screen, there's your metal shavings. That's your sign of your bearing bad. That's the first thing you want to check. See if there's metal shavings in this screen. As you can see, there's lots of metal shavings in there. So then I got everything apart. Pull the cover off. And there you have it. There's some more metal shavings in there. Definitely got to make sure you clean this motor out if you have the same problem. All metal shavings. You'll have this all the way through the motor. So you want to do a couple oil changes. This is what you'll be looking at. All this fun. Not a lot of videos out there on this, so I'm trying to get a couple videos up. Kind of the same thing, but you guys get an idea if you know what you're doing. Got to pull the back motor mount bolt, as you can see right there, and to jack up the back of the motor. Pull your sleeve cylinder out for the clutch. Not an easy job, that's for sure. I got about maybe 7 hours into it, pulling it apart. 6 to 7, a little bit at a time. It's not a job you can rush, that's for sure. The book says you got to pull the motor. Well, you don't have to pull the motor. Obviously, as you can see, I don't have the motor out of the bike. So the manual is definitely wrong. Take a block of wood and stable up the back end. Hold it up in the air. Gotta get it up high enough to get the tire off though. Gotta pull your caliper off. All that fun stuff.
That's mine.
Got any questions, feel free, shoot me a message. I can tell you one thing, for a $30 bearing, it's a big job. By the way, this is a third video on this. Never YouTubed before, so figure now would be a good time, considering there's really not a lot out there on these bearing jobs. Once that clutch fluid starts heating up, you'll lose your clutch. And your clutch fluid sits right about in here. Your hydraulic fluid. As you can see on the cover, it's where your clutch sits. It heats up the bearing, that fluid, and then you lose your clutch. This little hole right here, there's a little, it's kind of like a little pin. Just take something small and push it in. It's got a little seat clip inside. Where this bolt sits, there's a little seat clip down in there. It'll push it. As long as you push it hard enough, it'll come off. That's your drive shaft. It sits inside the tube. Over here in your swing arm, that's your drive shaft there. That's kind of what it'll look like, except it'll have a rubber boot around it. Out there it's connected to the, that's the little hole there that connects into to the splines. Just take something pointy and push that little pin in. I can slide that right out. Don't lose that pin. It's not even the size of a small fingernail. And it does come out once you pull it apart, so you better grab it. Not the best video, but gives you an idea what kind of job you're looking at. Talked to a few people. They've done a bunch of them. Common problem. They say they never pulled the motor. Alright. That wraps that up for today. Call it a day. Any questions? Send me a message. Thank you for watching the video.